the Menorah. We mentioned the Menorah. The Menorah is a candelabrum. I know everyone thinks about the Menorah, the Hanukkah Menorah. The Hanukkah Menorah, what do you think it's based on? It's based on the Menorah of the Beis HaMikdash. We all know the story. When the Greeks defiled the temple and the Maccabees came into the temple and they found only enough oil to last for one day, and miraculously it lasted the 8 days it took to make new oil. So why were they lighting oil? What was going on? They were lighting oil because that's something that you do every single day. In the Beis HaMikdash, there was this big candelabrum. There was this big, what's a normal word for a candelabrum? Candelabrum. A menorah. There's this big menorah, and it was made out of gold. It had 7 cups. You say, hold on, I thought a menorah has 8 cups. Yeah, the Hanukkah one has 8 cups. But the one in the Beis HaMikdash had 7 cups, and they would light it every day. Okay. It's interesting that in the building specs that Hashem gives Moshe, and then Moshe gives to Bezalel, who was the architect who made the Mishkan. The Mishkan was the version that they had when they were wandering in the desert for 40 years. Then the Mikdash is the permanent structure that was first built by Shlomo Melech, King Solomon. At any rate, the way that it's described there in the building specs is there's certain ornaments there. There's like a building code. You have to have certain types of ornaments and non-functional details. There were these ornamental flowers and orbs and also cups, ornamental cups, as opposed to the functional cups. On the top, there were functional cups where they put the oil. But there were also ornamental cups along the arms of the menorah. What's fascinating is we have a sketch that the Rambam himself drew. And in that sketch, the cups are upside down. How do you know they're upside down? You know how a goblet looks? Actually, here, hold on a second. This is going to help me, okay? All right. This is not so exaggerated, the difference between but here you see the bottom is narrow and the top is wide, okay? I mean, relatively. It's not flared that much, but the bottom is narrower than the top. So this would be a right side up cup. So the way that Rambam draws it is with the wide part down, facing down, like this. He draws them as triangles. Okay. So the question is, was the Rambam being sloppy? I doubt that's the case. Okay. So if he meant it, if he did it on purpose, then what's up with that? Why are the goblets, the ornamental goblets on the menorah, upside down? So the Rebbe says we could actually decode this based on another feature of the Beis HaMikdash, and that is that the building that Shlomo Melech built had windows that would never pass an energy audit. They were called, they were shkufim atumim. Shkufim atumim means they were flared outward. In the olden days, remember, they didn't have central air and heating. So what they would do is they would try to maximize on the natural light and warmth of the sun. So windows generally were flared inward, sort of to cause the light from outside to be maximized on the inside. And in the Beis HaMikdash, they were built the exact opposite. They were narrow on the inside and wide on the outside, so that they would be like dispersed outward, which is a little bit funny because outside is where the light is. And yet it's explained that those windows were testimony to the fact that the Beis HaMikdash was not a regular building. It wasn't built with windows that are meant to draw in light. It was built with windows that allow light to escape and to go out. Physically, we're talking about the light of the menorah, but also we're saying spiritually, the spiritual light of the Beis HaMikdash was meant to be diffused to the entire world. The Beis HaMikdash was not just a symbol of the Jewish people. It was a source of spirituality for the entire world. In fact, our sages tell us that if the non-Jewish nations would have understood what the Beis HaMikdash did for them, they would, instead of sending their legions to destroy it, they would have sent all of their armies to surround it and to protect it because of the benefit that having the Beis HaMikdash did for the entire world. So we understand the windows in the Beis HaMikdash are flared outward because the Beis HaMikdash is all about giving out light, not bringing it in. The same idea with the cups is that what is a right side up cup? Well, functionality all depends on purpose. If the purpose of the cup is to hold a drink, then this is right side up. But if the purpose of the cup is to dispense the drink, then this is right side up. In fact, this is upside down because this not very good at dispensing. This is holding it, not dispensing it. And since the Beis Hamikdash is all about dispensing, so therefore the archetypical cups, the symbol of cups, these ornamental cups, were like this with the wide part facing down. And it's a lesson to all of us that what is holiness? Holiness is being a giver. It's finding opportunities to share our gifts and our resources and our talents. And everything we have is only that we can share it with others. Hey, this is Shais Taub. You were just watching a clip from this class. If you want to get the full context, the full class that this clip that you just watched was from, you watch right here. Click right